Evening, everyone. Welcome to Cop Talk tonight. Good to see Dodsey back after his time off with injury. He's back in full strength now, looking trim. Nice one, Dodsey. And welcome to the Professor, Yaz. Thank you for all those videos from yesterday. Very nice, very good. Captured the atmosphere really well. Let's start with you, Yaz. I mean, you were there yesterday, man. What a fantastic...
Yeah, it was.
Must have been crazy, man. Must have been crazy.
It was a great day, man. It was fantastic. I mean, we went to as I said, Box Park in the morning was good. Good way to start off the cup final. Pleasure of speaking with and taking some pictures with John Barnes and John Aldridge, and it was good pre-match that was. The game was fantastic. Before the game, and the fans, man, these Liverpool fans, they're like, I often talk about how I think they make a lot of sacrifices in their lives for football, probably not taking their families on holidays or going without something. It was crazy. I mean, we were queuing up to get into the stadium, and the amount of fans that were there with fraudulent tickets, like copy tickets. They were throwing them out of the stadium, the police, the stewards. It was crazy. It was just mad. I mean, the passion and to get into the stadium was relentless. But, the game was just, I mean, the atmosphere. I've been to a few lately, and again yesterday. I have to say that we was at Man City for the semi-final together, and the City semi-final, the atmosphere was better, man. I mean, there was times yesterday where that atmosphere for a final did fall a bit flat, which I was quite surprised at. I don't know how it played out on TV.
I didn't feel that. I felt it was, and I felt the Liverpool fans. It was like they came alive at the times they realised the team was flagging. They realised the team were flagging, but
it was quite quiet at times, but. There's just this sense of euphoria at the moment where we don't know where it's going. We had, other people telling me, "Oh, you're going to just win the Carabao," and then we won the FA Cup. And today, people were telling me, "Oh, you're only going to win the FA Cup and the Carabao." I said, "Yeah." In 3 weeks' time, we were saying, "Oh, you're only going to win the FA Cup and the Carabao and the Champions League." I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, it was phenomenal. I mean, it's only the second time actually I've been to a penalty shootout. Never to a final before. It was nail biting.
I heard you in the thing when you were taking the picture of the Tsimikas penalty, and you were going, "God, smash it!"
Yeah. Because I was expecting like Mane. I mean, when Mane stepped up to score, and Andrew said to me, "Oh, he's going to, it's his Senegalese goalkeeper, isn't it? And he knows what way he goes and blah blah blah." And it was just and then when Mane missed, and then they scored off. Like, that's it, it's done.
Yeah. You felt that momentum shift, didn't you?
I mean, they even celebrated. Their bench celebrated. They jumped onto the pitch.
Yeah.
They jumped onto the pitch and all the rest of it, and it was just crazy, man. And after the game, I mean, we stayed until the end, complete end. I mean, we got kicked out by the stewards at the end of the game. But it was amazing. It was just phenomenal. I mean, the fans, the passion, and it was. We played well, man. But I can see a little bit of tiredness in those legs. Robertson. Mane, Thiago at times yesterday. I mean, they looked tired, man. They looked really, really tired. But it was great. It was, an amazing day. And the result today was a result that keeps us alive till next week. Until Tuesday, actually. We have to be Southampton on Tuesday, but. Yeah, I mean, going back, yes. I mean, they're just the mental strength that they've got. I know we lost against Real Madrid that in the Champions League final. The mental strength that this lot have grown to have is phenomenal. I mean, there was times yesterday where we could have been overrun in bygone days. You know, we were tired. They were, you know, getting down the sides yesterday a couple of times, and they had a couple of good chances, and we didn't buckle, which is something that, you know, it's just testament to the whole setup of the squad and the philosophy that Klopp instills in the team. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think going back to the bit what you said about the atmosphere, I think in the Man City game at Wembley, the one we were at together, because the Man City fans disrespected that minute silence, I think that really stirred up the majority of the Liverpool fans, and that's why it was just constant singing the whole game.
No,
and then obviously,
I think
that had an impact.
Nah, because there's no love lost between Liverpool and Chelsea either. Let me tell you.
No,
we
there isn't. Like but no,
we don't like Chelsea at all.
I don't like Chelsea at all either.
No, but I'm just saying, as clubs, you know, the slip with Gerrard, they've been singing that for the last 8 years. There's no love lost. It was just a little bit flat. I think the reason it was flat was the anticipation, the nervousness, and that kind of thing. That's what it was. Because
maybe as well there was no goal as well. You know, if there'd have been a goal, like in that beginning, we started the FA Cup final as we started the semi-final, where we kind of just like blew them away. I mean, Diaz was it first 10 minutes. We could have had 2 goals. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that had something to do with it.
I just think I think they're a very hard side to play against for us. We don't seem to do very well against them very often. We seem to draw every game we play against them. We drew 2 finals with them this season. We drew 2 league games with them. I think it was, you know, obviously the tiredness played a part. And I think, you know, there was stages in that game, I don't know, from the 75th minute onwards and the latter stages of extra time, you kind of felt that we did not want to play our normal kind of game. Because if we went 1-0 down against them yesterday, there was every chance. We probably would have lost that game 1-0 if we went 1-0 down. Because they don't play a brand of football where they're just going to be fluent and, you know, they break the game up, they slow the game down. I mean, their goalkeeper, Mendy, was taking over a minute to take goal kicks. The one thing that really wound me up, that pissed me off yesterday, was the referee, man. I just don't understand what these referees do. I mean, it's the FA Cup, fine. It's the same fucking refs that we have in this country for the league games every week, okay? And nothing was a yellow card yesterday. How did they? Where in the law book does it say, right, it's the FA Cup final, so today we won't be giving any yellow cards? I watched 3 games of football today, and the minimum of contact or the minimum of whatever, yellow card, yellow card, yellow card. Yesterday, it's the final, nothing's a foul. Nothing's a foul, nothing's a yellow card. I mean, I think we gave a yellow card until right near the end of the game.
Yeah, Reece James was
right near the end of the game. But I couldn't understand. I mean, you know, where? I mean, today...
Well, it's obvious that they've had some direction. Look, this is a big spectacle. Everyone in the world.
That's not how it should be. Today,
I'm not agreeing with
Man City. Man City away to West Ham. Fabianski, 1 goal kick, took a few seconds too long. Didn't even warn him. Straight away, yellow card. I don't, you know, I don't like that, man. It's bullshit. But you know, we got the. Well, job
look,
done.
you made a point earlier on in the season where you said you think that there's almost like corruption in football now with these referees. And you know what? From what I've seen over these past few weeks with some of the Man City games, some of these decisions that they get, I'm sorry, but I know I'm a Liverpool fan. I know. And I'm not saying Liverpool don't get any decisions go their way. But please tell me, you know, that penalty today, that was a very soft penalty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very soft, very soft.
There
was contact, but, you know, who was it? It's Grealish who went over, isn't it?
No,
Jesus. Grealish? Jesus.
Yeah.
No, did he give the one for Jesus? It was the first half, there was one for Jesus that they looked at. It's kind of like, I don't know. I think the only solution is we should have referees we should have European referees here. Our referees should go to another league, we should get referees from a different league here, and then that ensures no bias. You know, these referees from different countries will referee totally differently. You remember that guy back in the day, Pierluigi Collini? That guy, mate, he never took no nonsense from no players.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of what we need is a different set of referees. Like you said, Yaz, there's like 15 referees, and that's it.
Do you remember when we had the refs on the in Europe when we had the referees at the boxes?
Fourth official. Yeah, they had a fourth. Yeah, they had,
I think it needs that. It almost needs that to make sure because
it doesn't matter what you have though, Dodds. If they're all part of the same gang and the agreement's the same. I mean, now you're talking about bringing that fourth official thing, whatever it used to be. You've got referees that standing next to a player that hasn't been fouled, giving fouls.
After that Everton handball with City, then just forget it. You might as well just forget it because if they let things like that go from before, it's corrupt.
Going back to yesterday, though, I mean, let's talk about the game rather than
forget
everything.
Forget
I mean, the game. Diaz. I mean, I know he's like he could be your love child. I know that. He is a very, very. He's a raw player. I mean, I've watched him quite a lot live, and he's a very raw player. I mean, he's fantastically quick and tenacious, and he loses it, he gets it back quickly, and he's got so many good attributes, but there's so much that he needs to fix with his game as well. You know,
season though,
his finishing or his final ball. If that guy, I mean, let's not forget, a great player. He's not great. He's a very, very good player because he's probably in the same kind of mold as your Sakas and your Martinellis and that kind of thing. He's full of potential. He's not the finished article yet.
Oh no, he isn't. He isn't. But I'll tell you what, he's at a very high level already.
If we can develop him into the player that scores. I mean, yesterday, good shots, but never really threatened. I just always felt he's just not clinical enough. His ratio is not high. His ratio needs to be. If he gets his ratios up to,
he could have had a hat trick yesterday.
Yeah,
he had 3 really good chances. I think the 1-on-1 that he should have scored that. He has to score that.
Yeah,
has to score that. The one where he was laid in by Mane on the side and he hits the post. He really should have scored that. And I know it was a tight angle. And then the one where he set himself up and he curled it and it just didn't come back. It was close, but it didn't come back in. I mean, look, for me, I personally think I think this season he's come in and he's playing a little bit within himself at the moment. It's almost like he doesn't want to reveal everything yet. It's almost
I don't.
Trust me. What I mean by that is he was the top man at Porto.
I'm not arguing with that. What
man.
I'm saying is I don't believe he's holding anything back. What you see is what.
No, not there. Holding. What I mean by holding back is I don't mean he's coming on the pitch and saying I'm not going to try as hard as I can today. What I mean by holding back is there are moments in the game. If he was playing for Porto and he was in those positions, he would have done something different. Like he would have had a shot, or he would have run a bit more inside, or gone for goal. What he's doing now is he's a bit more concerned about. He's trying to get the trust of his teammates. Obviously,
there's bigger names. There's bigger names in the team than him. He's not the big. He's not the big fish.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. Next season, he's going to score 30 goals. I guarantee it. Next season, 30 goals, my friend.
He's got to get a pre-season in him. Get a good pre-season. Get Klopp on him. Get his shooting sorted.
Yeah, well, the coaches will work on him in pre-season, but I believe he's the next superstar of world football. I really do. I mean, just the way he's come into this team, and
he's got a bit of Suarez in him.
Unbelievable.
Got a little bit of Suarez in him in his determination to get the ball back.
Yeah, but he's not as nasty as Suarez was. Yeah. Suarez had a bit of a nasty side to him. I love Suarez, obviously, when he was in Liverpool, but this guy is something a bit different, But anyway, look, So yesterday's game, for me, Trent Alexander-Arnold had one of the best games I've seen him have for a long time. I mean, defensively, he was good. And that pass that laid Diaz, that got Diaz in, I mean, that is just ridiculous. Outside, I mean, it was Alisson, first of all, started it off, outside of his foot to, who was it? Was it? No. I don't know who he passed it to, someone on the other side. Then it came to Keita, I think it was. Keita passed it to Alexander. And Trent Alexander, I mean, he didn't even look. It was just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what to say about this kid, man. I don't know what to say.
Move. It's a John Barnes move.
It's not even John Barnes. It's something different, mate. We haven't seen anything like this kid before. I mean, 23 years old. He's going to get better. That's the scary thing. This guy's going to get better, and he's developing into a proper man now. He's big. He's strong. He doesn't get bullied anymore by anyone. You know, great game from him. So yeah, that's the FA Cup final. So
I think they dropped. I think they dropped the clanger. I mean, Van Dijk and Konate could have played until today against Lukaku. I mean, that Konate. I mean, by the way, for someone that we played Van Dijk seems to play every game, and Matip and Konate swap. That Konate, he's just a beast. He's absolutely. I mean, little players bounce off him, and big players don't beat him in the air or nothing. He's an exceptional defender.
Yeah, he's good, and he's going to get better as well.
Yeah, he's already got better.
Yeah, and do you know there's a stat about him? Do you know what the stat is? He's never been on the losing team for Liverpool. In 30, I think he's played 37 games or something like that.
Well, we've only lost 2 games all season, by the way.
Three.
One in the Champions League already, against Villarreal. Yeah, we lost.
Against Inter. We lost one. We lost at home to Inter Milan. That's the game we lost in the Champions League. We lost that 1-0. Yeah.
West Ham
away and Leicester away. Yeah. That's it.
3 games.
3 games.
Like you said, we've only lost 3 games all season.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Look, I don't even care now what happens the rest of the season. I mean, obviously, I want us to win the Champions League. I want us to win that. Just to bury that 2018 ghost of Madrid. And also when they knocked us out of in that COVID-affected season, when we went to their training ground and we got knocked out there. And we didn't get through in that last 16.
I mean, as I said, we stayed in the stadium yesterday until the end. The stewards actually came and said, right, come on, everyone needs to leave. You know, we lifted the cup, the players were celebrating. They were walking around, parading. We were very close to the touchlines, luckily, yesterday, and they came right close to us, the players. And I mean, you see the videos in the changing rooms, the camaraderie in that team is second to none. I mean, you know, you hear stories today or yesterday, the 2 Man United players were having a fight in the training ground. You know, this group of players and all the people that, you know, the coaches and the manager, it's unbelievable. The camaraderie within that squad is second to none. And you can see it. You can see it.
100%.
And you can feel it as well. And you know what? I mean, can you imagine how Diaz must be feeling? He's come from Porto. He's going to get a winner's medal for that title in Porto, right? He's won 2 cup competitions here. He's in a Champions League final. I mean, this guy might win a league in 2 countries in the same year. That is a crazy story if it comes off. But, you know, I don't know. We've got to beat Southampton, and now he will have to play a stronger team than he maybe have wanted to.
I mean, there's 3 games left in the whole season.
Yeah.
Salah came off very early yesterday. I'm a little bit concerned about Salah's mental well-being, really.
Yeah.
I think for me, he looks like someone that might be on the way out, or someone that's sulking, or someone that's not putting it all in. I mean, yesterday not quite sure how injured he got for him to go off.
Yeah, but he doesn't look. Come on, I've never seen Salah do that.
But that's exactly. But that makes my point even stronger. He didn't want to fight for the team. He just walked off the pitch. In all the years Salah's been at Liverpool, I don't think I've ever known him to come off the pitch injured. Yesterday, in a final, he didn't push himself at all. He went down, stayed down, got up, and went. So, for me, there's some bad vibes coming out of Salah for me. Hope I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then if I'm not wrong, should I say, then, we just need to replace the guy. I mean...
Well, what will happen will happen. I hope that you're wrong, and I hope he signs his contract, and that's it. But
if he's going to do it,
we don't know.
Now.
Sorry?
If he's going to do it, the time is now to boost him even more for the Champions League final. If you're going to do it.
What? Sign his contract?
Yeah, if he's going to do it. Otherwise, he's gone. I think he's gone.
I think he'll sign in the summer. I think Klopp has even said to a lot of times, he said, look, all we're focused on is the football right now. All the other stuff happens afterwards. And they'll make a decision. They'll say, look, so you're going to sign, yes or no? If you no, then they'll listen to offers, I think, for him. And it's up to him then, I think they've offered him, I think it's not even the money, it's the length of contract is the issue. I think he wants a 5-year deal, and Liverpool have offered a 3.
Had we said last year, who out of the two, Mane, Salah, who would you want to stay? Last year we would have said Salah. Mane had the attitude.
I've always said Mane has to stay.
Yeah, but I feel Salah's got the attitude this year.
I don't know.
Maybe African connection. I don't know. Something's wrong.
Listen, if you think what both of these players have done for Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the amount of games they've played, the level of consistency, the numbers they had. I don't want either one to leave. I really don't. But listen, it's not up to me, is it? If it was up to me, I would give them what they want and make them stay. But
no, let's see. You've got to be careful with that, man. I mean, at the end of the day, there comes a time in a team where there needs a change. Those 3 players up front have been playing together for the best part of 5 seasons now. And there's I mean, we have refreshed a little bit, Diaz, Jota, but, you don't want that to go too stale. I mean, they've gone and bought Haaland now. We have to react. We have to buy someone. I don't.
Yeah, we will
go into. I know. I'm just saying.
I think we're going to probably buy that Nunes from Benfica.
Well, we need to buy a player, but what I'm saying is, I wouldn't be devastated if Salah left Liverpool. Now, I really wouldn't. Or Mane, one or the other. If I don't think we'll get rid of all of them because that's too much rebuilding. But I think the thing needs a little bit of re-energizing. It just feels a little bit. I mean, the guys. I was listening to the radio coming back from Wembley yesterday, and on Talk Sport when they were talking about us getting someone. The guy's top goal scorer in the Premier League, and he's also top assist in the Premier League. And he's fallen off for I don't know 5 or 6 games, and all of a sudden we think that he's attitude's wrong or this, that, or the other. So I don't know. I've never been. I don't know. I mean, we haven't lost a lot of games this season. We've lost 2 games all season, drawn too many, and if you dissected every game that we drew, if you look at clinical positions or pieces during those games, our last pass often by him or Mane has been the selfish one or the incorrect one because they want to play or do something for themselves. He done it against Spurs last week when he should have played Diaz in, and he's tried to curl it around 2 defenders and the goalkeeper. So this year, ironically, we could, for decision making in the final third, not win the league, and that needs to change. It's good, but it needs changing, in my opinion. I don't like that. I like to see Man City, for what it's worth, finish games off or finish goals off how goals should be finished off. This is a great team, but when I watched John Barnes, Peter Beardsley, John Aldridge, etc., they weren't selfish players.
No.
They used to pass the stuffing out of a team, and they used to just give it to each other and tap it in, tap it in, tap it in.
Yeah,
And they didn't care who scored.
Yeah.
This lot care who scores. It's about them a little bit too much, and I don't like that. And that, I think, we've lost 2 games. How can you lose 2 games, maybe potentially in the season, and not win the league? It's
because we've drawn too many games in the league.
And I've
that's
just
why.
said to you, and that's why we've drawn too many, because our decision making in the final third has been incorrect.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Well, I
think,
don't want to see Salah or Mane go just yet. I want to see them sign new contracts, and then at the end of next season, look at it again.
But if they both stay, they think they're not buying another player, not a big one.
Well,
They might buy midfielder.
I'm happy with Salah, Mane, Diaz, Jota, and Firmino. You know, I'm happy with that front line. I don't think we need to interfere with that. What we've done is, if you look at how Klopp's done it, he's brought in Jota 2 years ago, and he's brought in Diaz this season. He was going to bring him in the start of next season, yeah? So year by year, he is refreshing that front line, but he's integrating players slowly into it. You know, we lose Salah and Mane, or one of them. Who are we going to get that's going to replace those numbers? We cannot let Mane go. No way can we let that guy go. I know he's not your favourite because of the way he falls over too much and whatever. And I get that. He's frustrating, but that guy is never injured. Never. He gets clattered constantly. The guy's always playing. I mean, Salah, his numbers, 155 goals in 240 games. You know, who are we going to get to replace that? So I don't know. Look, for me, I don't think they've come to the end of their cycle yet. Maybe a year or 2 down the road, maybe. But I think there's a bit more in the tank left for those guys. But listen, we'll see. You know, the summer's going to be very interesting. Like you say, Haaland has signed for Man City. Liverpool will respond or have to do something. Whether it's a front player they buy or a midfielder, we don't know yet. But look, we've got 3 games left, and boy, this is for me, this is the best Liverpool team I've seen. I mean, this season I can't remember another season like this. I mean, if I think back to the Houllier season when we won the treble and we finished 3rd in the league, the difference is that year we were so far off the league title. It wasn't even, there was no sort of conversation about that. Do you know what I mean? We were so far off it. And I think that was the year when Owen, when we won
2-1.
Was that was the
Arsenal
Cup
Cardiff.
final, yeah.
Arsenal
Yeah. So that we got battered by Arsenal in that game, and we won two goals from Owen, and we won the Carling Cup. We won it on penalties against Cardiff, Birmingham
and Alaves in the
Alaves
in the Europa.
Alaves in the Europe.
Golden goal.
Yeah, very exciting game in the Alaves game, which ironically was in the Dortmund stadium. So I don't know. Listen, it still could be an even better season than it is right now. I mean, but for me, I'm just glad we didn't end up with 1 trophy. I'm glad we ended up with at least 2.
We're in the Champions League final. Again, we're clearly a good cup team, and we're capable of playing finals. I mean, I've watched that team play very high pressure games. We don't buckle under pressure.
No.
The occasion's not going to get to that team.
No.
So
it's the 3rd final in 5 years.
You know, the occasion's not going to get to us, and
in the Champions League, that's amazing.
They're relishing it. I mean, you know, let's see what happens. Tuesday, Southampton.
Yeah,
there will be changes. There will be changes. Have to take it to the last game of the season next weekend.
And then we're going up to Wolves next weekend.
It'll be deja vu for us. Though we were up
because remember we were there. I wonder if we'll see our friend on the train, the Man City fan. You remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So yeah, hopefully we go up there next week and we'll be in with a shout. Steven Gerrard,
Yes.
Danny.
You never know. You never know.
Tino.
You never know.
Gerrard might win his first league for Liverpool next week.
Well, all he needs to do is prevent them from winning. And if he can do that and we win our 2 games, we've won. So let's see.
Yeah, it's true. Doesn't
Good
have to
night,
be.
boys. Let's look forward to it.
Take care.
Take care.